I'm digging this running game. But to me, I gotta think, and I think I know the answer, but I want to hear from y'all. Where does Miles Sanders stand in all of this when he comes back? Whoo, we gonna talk. Yo, that. A-G-L-E-S.
Eagles! Eagles!
Say fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Friends be like, how come you not famous yet? I be like, you didn't share my shit. How come you ain't shared it yet?
Yo, that man, you know who it is, you know what it is, your boy, Philly Fresh, a.k.a. The General, man, here reporting for duty. Listen, if you have not done it, please make sure you hit that sub button right down there for your boy, man. Please, there's a bell next to it to let you know when I put up all this flavor, and smash the like for your boy, man. I appreciate it in advance, man. This is how I get pushed out there. This is how y'all help a brother out, man. This is how y'all help a brother out, man. Fresh fact of the day. Fresh fact of the day, once again, I'm going to tell you, just because you move like the way how you move and you do how you do, don't mean that you got to expect somebody else to move that way. You don't. Just because you might have did something for somebody out of love and kindness or whatever, in your heart, doesn't mean that that person's going to do it, and you should not expect it. If you do expect it, that's when you're allowed to be disappointed. If you don't expect things from people who you shouldn't expect them from, you can't allow yourself to be disappointed. So my fresh fact to y'all is, just because you've done something for somebody, that doesn't mean that they will do it for you. Seriously, man. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I'm pretty sure we all been in a situation to where as though you done did something for somebody and that somebody hasn't done either equal to or even just a little bit of what you done for them, and you sit back and you say, damn, well, what about all the stuff that I did for you, and yada, yada, yada. You got to get out of that mindset, because then you won't be disappointed. When you know somebody is not going to do what you do for them, you won't be disappointed. All right, y'all. Let's get into the video. Let's talk about it, man. Miles Sanders supposedly coming back for our next game. And I'm not going to lie to you. When you look at the situation of us playing the New Orleans Saints and them having the number one Russian defense, I get it. He definitely needs to play. But do you start him, or do you put him in a groove and get him back into a groove? To me, it's not that I'm not saying that just because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It wasn't like Miles Sanders wasn't getting the yards he could get when he can get them. When they was running the football. They wasn't running the football enough. And now they're in a situation to where as though now they are. And I think Miles Sanders will bounce right back in. But because of the opponent that we're facing and because of him just coming off an injury, I still would start Jordan Howard. I would let Jordan Howard be the bruiser, lighten up these pass rushes, lighten up these linebackers, and then let Miles Sanders hit the home runs. You know what I mean? Keep hitting him with little jabs, little jabs, little jabs. And I'm not saying Jordan Howard's a little jab, but he's going to give you them 5 yards before. He's barely ever going to be falling backwards. And if it's a loss, it was just a great play on him. You've seen that since he's been back. So I would go that way. I would start Jordan Howard, and I would definitely have Miles Sanders in there. Of course, especially on third downs. I think he's still like the best third down back. I know Kenneth Gainwell can have something to say about that. But when you look at us having 4 running backs now, who's the odd man out? Because they only been keeping 3 linebackers this whole year. So with Jordan Howard being elevated and has elevated the team and his game, you definitely can't send him back to the practice squad. That's one thing I'm not trying to hear at all. I'd rather, and this might sound crazy to y'all, I would rather not play Miles Sanders than send Jordan Howard back to the practice squad. It might be a bold statement, But when you look at what Jordan Howard has done for this team, now give or take, Miles Sanders didn't get the opportunity, but I don't think Miles Sanders can do what Jordan Howard does in between the tackles. I said this before, and I'm going to say this again. Miles Sanders is our best runner of the football on the team. Jordan Howard, excuse me. Jordan Howard is our best runner of the football on the team. But Miles Sanders is the best all-around back. When you look at Miles Sanders can run in between tackles. Miles Sanders can catch the football out of the backfield. Miles Sanders can do the end arounds and he can do the off tackle sweeps and all that. Jordan Howard's really not that guy. He's kind of a one-trick pony. But what he does, he's the best at doing on the Philadelphia Eagles. So when you have that situation, you got a Scott who's been running hard. I can't front on him. So to me, who's the odd man out? Is it going to be Gainwell, who they're not giving any burn to? It's crazy how when Miles Sanders was here, Gainwell was getting all the burn in the fourth quarter and all that. And now when you elevate Jordan Howard and you give Boston Scott more time, then Gainwell really doesn't see the field. And I thought that was going to be Gainwell when Miles Sanders went out. I'm like, damn, this might be Gainwell's time to really shine because of everything that he can do, being put in the slot. You know what I mean? Being able to still run the football hard, being able to do everything that he does, but yet and still they went the other way on it. And I ain't got no problem because it's been working. But what are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? Because I don't think that they're going to carry 4 running backs. If they carry 4 running backs and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, he's done. He's done because that's his spot. You know what I mean? I'm saying because he's the 5th, 6th linebacker. Wide receiver. So J.J. Arcega-Whiteside probably out, and I ain't got no problem with that. I would rather have 4 backs, those 4 backs, than J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. It's a guy that you don't use except on blocking. I don't get it. Whatever. We're not here for that. So when you look at the situation, my vote would definitely be, if I had to pick 3, it'd be Miles Sanders, Jordan Howard, and Gainwell. Boston Scott, I know what he's been doing. I get you. I got you. I understand it. But to me, that's the combination that I wanted to see at the beginning of the season. That's what I was ranting and raving about. Go check the tapes. That's what I was ranting and raving about those 3 linebackers right there. You got your Thunder, your Lightning, and your guy that can dance in the rain on you, and Gainwell. You know what I mean? And I thought that was just a perfect combination, but they didn't utilize that. And maybe finally we will get to see that kind of contributing from those guys. And I think that if you keep running the football, how you been running it, like what we did, and I'm tired of them stats. I kept telling people, shout out to BBP, I kept telling people in the pregame, listen, do not worry about them being ranked 9th against the run. Because every week they've been giving up more and more run. They gave up 200 yards on us. So that top 10 ranked stuff don't mean jack to me. New Orleans being ranked number 1 don't mean jack to me. You still run the football. You got one of the best running offensive line in the game, period. When you look at Landon Dickerson, that's what he came here for. He got to get better at pass coverage. But when you talk about running the football, this dude is a monster. Then you got Mailata who just running people over. Lane Johnson, Kelsey, Driscoll, we know what they do. We know what they do. So to me, man, when you look at it coming into New Orleans, you better not be scared to run the football. They better be scared of us. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. You already know, man. Stay Philly, stay fresh, y'all. Yo, that.